Hey learners, hope you all are doing well. I'm sure you all are taking care of yourself. Let's start with our problem solving using Python series. I'm sure you all are enjoying it. We can see that in increase in number of subscribers as well as our watch time is also increasing. Please continue the support so that we can come with new, more better videos. Our intention is to provide you better content. Let's continue with the next problem. Write a program to define one lambda function which accepts one parameter and return cube of that number. Like if the input is 4, it should return 64. Now just for your information, what is lambda function? I'll tell you, lambda function is an anonymous function. That is a function without a name. Lambda function can accept any number of arguments, but it can perform only one expression. That is the limitation of lambda function. Now, those who are aware with PHP, they might be knowing about what is lambda function. So you can attend a separate session on lambda functions in Python programming series. Now I've just given you a short definition that lambda function is a function without name. It can take any argument, but it can perform only one function. Let's continue immediately to solve this question. We'll create new file. Python file. I'll give name to it as Q26. See guys, we have reached to 26th question and many more to go. I have to tell you that we are planning to take more and more topics from Python. We want you to go till automation, machine learning, different applications of data science. That is our main intention. Now, in this, I have to define one function, lambda function. Now, I'll give the name to that lambda function. Now, I'll say, as you're saying, lambda function doesn't have name. So, what is this name? This is an object, you can say. It is an object of type function. And in that, the reference where the function is stored is kept. It is somewhat like function pointer, those who are aware with C, C++ and all. So you can say it is just a variable, and in this variable, the address of the function is stored. You can think in that way. The cube will act as a variable or a object in which the address of your anonymous function will be stored. Now, how to create an anonymous function? Keyword lambda, then comma separated list of parameters which you want to pass. I'm going to pass n, then colon is mandatory, and then the expression which this lambda function is supposed to perform. So it is supposed to perform cube. So I'm writing n star star 3, that is n raised to 3. Now we'll test this function. So this anonymous function is defined, that is function without a name. Parameter is n, and the expression which it is going to perform is n raised to 3. And the address of your lambda function, that is anonymous function, is stored in cube. Use this name cube as a name of the function. Now what I'll do is I'll accept one value from user, n equal to int input. Enter n. And then I'll write print cube of n. I hope it is clear to you. Now let's execute this code. Suppose I pass 6. It is returning 216. Is it clear to you? I guess it's clear to you. Let's continue with one more question of lambda function. Now we are taking these examples on PyCharm IDE. But meanwhile, I'm going to post one more video on Visual Studio Code IDE. That is one more IDE available for Python coders. Do watch that video and don't forget to like it, share it, and comment on it. Let's continue with the next question. Now, the next question is, write a program to define one lambda function which accepts two parameters and return its addition. So if I'm passing 4 plus 4 comma 3, it should return 7. Now this is a lambda function with more than one argument. Let's solve it. We'll create one more file, one more source file. Q27. I will define that lambda function. I'll give name to it add lambda x comma y, and it should return x plus y. Now I'm accepting two values from user, int input, enter number 1 comma int input, enter number 2, and then I'll display the answer, print add a comma b. Is it clear to you? So how this lambda function is defined, lambda, which is the keyword, after that the list of parameters comma separated, colon, and that one single expression, that is the limitation of lambda function. And then we are storing the reference of this anonymous function in one variable add. Now I'll run this code. It is asking for two values. I'll give 6, 8, it is displaying 14. I hope you are getting it. Please don't forget to comment in the comment box. That comments are going to give us encouragement, chance to improve. Your suggestions are always welcome. Let's continue with the next question. Now, next question is, write a program to define three functions: filter, map, and reduce. Accept n numbers from user and store it into the list. Filter should filter out all such numbers which are greater than or equal to 70 and less than or equal to 90. So to this filter function, I'm going to pass one list, and it should return one new list in which all the elements which are greater than or equal to 7 and less than or equal to 90 should be filtered. Next, map function will increase each number of filtered list by 10. And next, reduce will output product of all mapped numbers. So these three functions are dependent on each other. First, filter will return the filtered list. That filtered list will pass to map. It will increment or do appropriate operation on each element. and that mapped list will pass to reduce, which will return one single element. Example, if we have created a list of 12 elements, the 12 values I have passed. Now filtered list is 79, 78, 77, because these are the three numbers which are greater than equal to 70 and less than equal to 90. Next, increment each element by 10. And last, the reduced value, that is product of all three values. Quite easy question, little lengthy because we have to define four functions, one to accept the elements, or you can accept element directly in your main program, but the main one is filter, second is map, and the third is reduce. Let's start solving this question as soon as possible because our intention is to move with more number of questions. I'll create one more file, one more Python file, Q28. We'll write all the three functions. First, def filter. I'll pass to it one list, and its task is to return filtered list. I hope you are getting it. What we'll do is we'll create one temporary list, T list I'll call it as, equal to square. Then I'll write a for loop to traverse each element in the list. I hope you are understanding how to write a for loop to traverse an iterable object. One by one element will be fetched and copied in X. Now we'll check whether X is greater than equal to 70 and X is less than equal to 90. If it is, we will add that in T list. How to add it? By using append method of list object. I'll pass to it X. Now at the end, when the for loop is over, we will return that T list. I hope you understood this filter. Now we'll write a map function. Now to that map, I'll pass one list. I'll call it as any another name. I'll give it as LST. Okay. Now what is the task of that map? Increment each and every element by 10. Now what is to be done for that? See, I'll use one variable n. I'll call it as n equal to length of LST. I'll just take the number of elements in that list. So n equal to length of LST. Now we'll write a for loop for I in range and I'll pass to it n. Now this for loop will go for how many times? Obviously it is going to work for n times. Now next what I'll do is LST of I plus equal to 10. Very much like a array in other language. Remember, list is a mutable object. You can modify it. I hope it is clear to you. Now there is no need to return it because the list which I have passed to it, that itself is changed. Now next, define a function reduce. Now the task of reduce is to reduce all the elements of the list to one single value, that is multiplication. I'll take one sum equal to 1. don't initialize it to 0 because everything multiplied by 0 is 0. I'll traverse the list LST by using for x in LST. So one by one values will come in x. I'll write s star equal x, means I'm multiplying each element in the list by the previous s and storing the result again in s, and at the end I'll return s. I hope it is clear to you. Now what we'll do is we'll test this. So first we'll accept one list, means we'll create a list of n elements, and then we'll pass to map, filter, map, and reduce, and then we'll display all at appropriate time. First task is to accept elements. Integer input, enter n. Is it? Okay. Then we'll create one empty list. I'll give name to it as my list square. Then we'll accept for I in range n. We'll accept n values from user and store it in this empty list. Is it clear to you? For I in range n. I equal to int input, enter, or I'll keep it blank. Now this E, I'll just append it in my list. Now with this, your list is created. If I print this, print my list. Your original list is displayed. Now what you do is you'll pass this my list to filter. Now I'll get my list 1 equal to filter my list. Always list object is passed by reference. Now new list is created, which is the filtered list. We will display that my list 1. I hope you are getting it. Now we'll pass this to map my list 1. Then we will display my list 1. And then finally we will display the reduced value. I'll call function reduce, and to that I'll pass my list 1. I hope you're understanding it. I hope it is clear to you. So let's recall. We created one function filter, to that I passed one list. We have created one internally a temporary empty list. Then each element from the given list I have fetched using a for loop. I checked whether it is greater than equal to 70, less than 90. Yes. So I added in my temporary list, and then I returned my temporary list. Now what is map doing? Map is just incrementing each and every value of your list by 10. And what is reduce doing? Fetching each and every value from the list, multiplying it with the s, that is your temporary variable, and storing the result again in s, and at the end whatever answer is remained in s, that we are returning back. Now in the main program we have accepted n, then we created an empty list, then we accepted n elements and added in this list. I printed that list. That list I passed to filter. It returned a filtered list. I displayed that filtered list. Now I have passed it to map. Map is incrementing each and every value of that filter list by 10. I'm displaying it. And reduce is returning the multiplication of each value of that filtered list. Let's run this code. I'm sure you are enjoying it. Many more difficult questions to come. Now I'll enter some 10 values. Now I have to enter some value more than 79.56. Then I'll enter 85. Now you can see this is our given list, 10 element. From that, these are the filtered value. This is the mapped and this is reduced. That is multiplication of 88 with 89 with 95. I hope you understood. That's all for today. In the next episode, in the next video, in the next session, we'll see more questions. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel. And kind request, please watch the video till the end. You'll really enjoy it and you'll increase your programming skills. That is what our main goal is. Keep learning, keep evolving. Thank you. See you in the next video.